It's Steph with sellyourhousewithsteph.com, and we're just about to come up on my 1-year anniversary of being a real estate agent, and I just wanted to share with you some things that I've learned in my first year, and maybe if you're new to the business or if you just like to learn about real estate, it'll be helpful to you. And I'm totally riffing. I'm driving through Georgetown right now, which is next to Bradford, where I live in Massachusetts. And I'm so busy, but I'm taking a break to go and pick up my dog from daycare in Boxford at Best Friends, which doesn't fit into my day at all, but I just like to make it even more busy for myself. So it's been my first year of real estate. I closed 3 deals, over $1.5 million in real estate, and it was quite a learning experience. I think that nothing can prepare you for the actual transaction because things are going to come up, and you know how you don't know what you don't know, so you learn as you go. And I think that you store those lessons in your brain, and you basically say, I'm going to handle this same action or consequence, I'm going to handle this the same way every time. This really works. Or you're going to go, wow, I'm never going to do that again, and you store that too. Or you say, I need to learn more about that. So everything's been such a learning experience, and it's been very humbling. I still feel like this business is so nuanced, and everybody always says that you're never going to do the same deal twice, and I definitely think there's value in that. Definitely think there's value in that. So what else have I learned? I've learned that you really need a great mentor, or you need to be on a team. You need that. It's like a phone a friend, and there's so many things that you're going to need help with, and you're going to have questions. So just like a great real estate agent answers the phone for their client, when you're a new real estate agent, having someone that you can trust, that you can call, that takes your calls, that calls you back. I've been so fortunate to work with people that have been absolutely available to me, and I couldn't have done it without them. So just like in life where the people around you matter the most to your success, the same thing goes for putting yourself in a position to win. The next thing that's really important is getting on some kind of a system. So I know it's very expensive to get into this business, and it's a lot of money up front, and I promise you will make it back once you start doing deals. You'll get into the black, and it's an amazing feeling, but you're going to need a system. So hopefully your brokerage has some kind of a training program, or you could do some kind of a coaching program through, say, a Tom Ferry or a Brian Buffini. I did Brian Buffini Peak Producers, and it was a fantastic system. And I think that when you're learning a craft, and I really think that salesmanship is a craft, you can always get better at it, you can always learn more. I think that you just need to acquire a lot of different tools for the toolbox, and you're not going to use all of those tools. You're just going to use what you like. But I think it's very important for you to learn some systems, whether that's scripting, whether that's how you're going to qualify people to even work with them, whether that's, how is your process going to go? How are you going to manage your CRM? How are you going to manage your transactions? These are all things that I think you're going to have to try a couple different systems and find one that works for you, or basically just cherry pick your favorite parts from different systems. There's no one way to do this, and everybody's going to have an opinion, so you just got to figure out what works for you. The next thing is that this is a full-time business. It's impossible to do this and be successful part-time. I was very fortunate to have my first 3 deals during the COVID pandemic of 2020, and I thought I was dead in the water. I was like, I can't believe I chose this time to start this new career for myself. But, people still need to buy and sell, and people still need someone to steer the ship, and a coach and a guide, and that felt very true. And I persevered. I didn't put my head in the sand, and I think that's another thing too, consistency, showing up, and it has to be full-time. You really need to be in the office early. It's so true. Most of the real estate happens early in the morning, and then all day I'm sort of prospecting or, working in on my business. And then in the evenings when people get off of work, and then, my God, all weekend long. So even today, had a really busy week. I feel like I've been working every day for 2 weeks, and I thought, today I'm going to take the day to myself, and that has been about like 2 hours, maybe at the gym. But even at the gym, I got a Zillow lead, and I was responding to text messages from clients. And as soon as I got home, I had to research 3 homes, set 2 appointments, and now I'm basically on my lunch break going to get my dog. So even on my days off, you can just forget about it. So you're just going to have to be okay with that and know that, going to the gym this morning really is important to me, having that time for myself. I'm still available, but you have to make time to take care of yourself. And I think that's another thing too. Your nutrition, your health, that's what makes you wealth. That's what makes you able to handle so many different aspects that this business throws at you, because you're not just an agent, you're also, when you're first starting out, you're your transaction coordinator, you're your admin, you're the showing agent, you're the ISO, you're ISA, you're every single part of your business. I'm nowhere near at a place in my business where I can afford to hire those people for me. So that's another thing. Make sure your brokerage has somebody to back you up with these things, right? Like, is there transaction coordinators? Is there graphic design people? What kind of a support system are you going to have starting out? Because you're going to need it. You're just one person, so time management is a really important part. Let's see, what else have I learned in my first year? It's harder than it looks. It's not easy, and I think some of that is getting over yourself and just getting the confidence. Until you've sold your first home or helped or listed your first home, you can't possibly have the confidence of having done that activity. So now that I'm over that hump, my confidence is, I feel like I'm out of my own way. I'm like, oh, I can do this. And so it's a really wonderful experience. So anyway, drop something in the comment. I'd love to know how you felt before and then after your first transaction or your first couple transactions, and how did your perspective change and how did that help you? I'm sure other people watching this or reading this would love to be inspired. Let's see, what else have I learned? You really need a great support system at home. This is an emotional business, and there are a lot of times when you think that the deal is going to fall apart, and it's heartbreaking because you put so much into it. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. You definitely are wrong at times, and then miraculously things come together as they're supposed to. But you really need someone at home who can support you on that roller coaster, especially your first couple deals, because you're so reactive on your first couple deals because you don't know any better. Like I said, you don't know what you don't know. So I think you have to build up that thick skin, and you have to build up that resilience, and you have to build up that confidence that everything's going to work itself out, and that you don't need to worry or panic. But your partner is definitely going to see some of the stuff behind the curtain that I think your clients don't see. And so they have to be able to weather that storm with you. So a really good support system is super important. You know how, like, when you're first getting started, they say, like, oh, make sure you have X amount of money saved. Like, that is so true. Like, even though you're making money, when you're first starting out, your splits are pretty, they're pretty chunky, right? Like, you have to pay your dues. So after you pay your brokers or pay your mentors and pay your dues and things and pay your taxes, like, that money shrinks up real fast. So you really got to watch your spending. Okay, so I don't know how many tips that was, but I'd love to hear from you in the comments of, something that you found in your first time. And I'm here at Best Friends Pet Hotel picking up my boy. It's his first time back to daycare in 14 months because he blew out his CCL. So I hope you had a great day. I'm wishing you success. I'm wishing you wealth. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Any referrals, I'd love to help them. And any agents that want to connect, I'm down for that too. Let's all grow and be successful together. Have a great weekend and wonderful fall, and I'll check back with you when I have more news. Bye.